Get ready for today. I had another download. What is it? We're getting ready for some big things to happen. These are critical years now. You know, if you look back at my old videos, even last year, that I predicted certain things to come. What did I say last fall? Put on your seatbelt. We're going into something really big, and it's going to take us on a roller coaster. And guess what happened? We're here. So I'm going to share with you a download I got, and I'm going to tell you something about this download. It's now assistance for us to get through the 4 years, the 4 years that are helping us to transition out of a world we don't want and into one that's amazing. But it's still your choice. I'm going to give you something so simple. I hope this is an epiphany for you. I hope this makes sense, because if it does, your world is going to open up and you're going to start to shift into heaven on earth, the fifth dimension. Things are going to start changing for you. Get ready. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fears and live an amazing life. No, I haven't even had coffee this morning. Yeah, I'm just like this. But I'm going to tell you something that came to me last night, and I said, oh, usually I run down here and film it or do something, but I retained it, and I said, I'm not going to forget this one. I got a download. We're going into 5D. We've been going into 5D. It's not something that happens overnight, and I'm going to tell you why. It takes years for something to shift from something so dense into something so amazing. I'm going to give you something today that hopefully will switch everything for you, how you've been thinking and how you're going to interact with what's going out there. How you interact with what's going on out there is the critical piece to what happens to you now, which is the future. Because whatever you do right now is your future. You're choosing that future with this thought. And this is why the present moment is so critical. All right, are you ready for this? We are allowing the outside world to control our feelings, to go into fear, arguing with one another. And that is the old earth that has remained in density since the beginning of time on earth, at least. What is the fifth dimension? It's not any of that. I want to share something with you, and I want you to really understand the truth in this. You are not a human being. Everything you're seeking or trying to make feel good or go into the fifth dimension and meditate and all this stuff, you are absolutely right now 100% a pure, super enlightened light being. Everyone is. That's a fact. How do I know? Because we came from one super source of all unconditional love. Everything came out from there and has experienced contrast. We are experiencing contrast. We are all unconditionally loved, perfect light beings. Every single one on the planet is. Everything is. It is that source, and everything else is out here creating our challenges and tests 100%. All right, now if you didn't have an epiphany with that, let's go to the next thing. Absolutely everything that you think, do, plan, believe, ask yourself, is that part of the 5D world? Is that thought part of the 5D world? Because now you are a light being, here to experience contrast, that which we are not truly from, but can be. And we know light and love and perfection by going to darkness, right? If you were a fish in the ocean, you would never know that there is air that could kill you, right? You would just be floating around going, this is it. What is anything else? We are going outside of the ocean. and saying, okay, there are other things out here. And now we know what the ocean is. You are now getting to know what all of this is so that you can know this. Now here's what's happening right now for you. All of this is the play, the test, the contrast, the experience that we all signed up for. It's not an accident. Earth went into a very dense place, and we had decisions. If am I going to come here and be a part of that in this critical time period? We're going into the super critical time period right now. You guys, we're not pulling out of this. This is, oh, we'll be back to work in a few months. Maybe some of you will. But we are in for round 2 and 3 and 4. And not all of it's bad. In fact, I believe all of it is amazing and good, and it is bringing us to a point where we're having to learn how to live differently, and so we can choose the 5th dimensional living of light and love and respect to the planet, or we can stay here and argue with one another. Now, here's the deal. You are just an amazing light being experiencing that. When you distance yourself from it and you realize that's what it is, and that the challenge, the game, is to interact with that. So I want you to remember that all this out here is just a play going on. You are absolutely already perfect and enlightened. So a lot of you are in density out here going, I'm this and I'm trying to get that. It's the opposite. You are the perfection, experiencing that so you can know yourself. You can know the contrast. You can know what you truly are and realize what that is and how amazing it feels to be pure light and love. And those who go in an awakened state are just recognizing that, not reconnecting, because that's what you are. This all is for your entertainment. And so you're learning an evolution of knowing this, not getting to this. All right? Evolution is not getting to your light and awakening. You already are that, have always been, will always be that. It's knowing it. Awakening is knowing it. And when you know it, nothing else bothers you. Nothing else can get to you. There's no fear, there's no nothing else, because you know you're that. So now here's how you can shift into 5D. We're going to shift into 5D. This has to happen now. This cannot be a battle of paying attention to this, believing that that's what I am. I need to get to the light. I am the light. That is all for our viewing pleasure, and we're creating it constantly with our thoughts and our frequencies. So if I'm contributing in a negative way and I'm believing that I have no control over that, or that's how things are, and I'm battling it and going back into whatever arguments, then I am actually fueling and creating that more and getting further away from what I am, right? You're focusing on that, so you're participating in that. So you want to go into 5D? Here's how you do it. Is that a 5D thought? Now, I'm going to ask you something. So if I'm standing there, you know the pearly gates? There's something to that, right? Heaven on earth is real, because it's just shifting into a knowing. It's just eliminating fear. So when you eliminate fear, you can be on this planet and feel completely different, feel not threatened by anything, and still have the challenges of being human, which we came here to experience. This is part of the deal. I mean, it's an amazing, unique experience being human. All right, so I'm standing there and I'm like, okay, Sue, Diane, Brenton, Tom, Race, you guys ready? I'm going to scan everything, because now thoughts are going out here in the open. There's openly said. Is that a 5D thought? Because we will not, as 5D people, we, not me, you are the we are we, we're not separate, will not resonate with you. So you will not be allowed to come in there. Not by somebody making a decision, by you making that decision with your own thoughts and beliefs. You will not come into the 5D world, just like the pearly gates. That's all that means. There's no judgment on you. You're doing it. You're deciding whether the gate's open or not with your thoughts. So if you have a negative thought, those gates start to close. If you're blaming somebody, the gates close. If you have malice or anger towards somebody and you can't feel you can forgive them because for some reason you think that you're better than they are and that they're not equal students to you, that they don't make mistakes, no matter how horrible they are, they're still part of the one beautiful, perfect lights that are already awakened, the gates close. Am I opening the gates to 5D with that thought? Am I opening the gates to 5D with that action? Is there anything in my energy field that's closing the gates to 5D? Because that's out there, and you're already perfect. You're already a light being. You don't have to worry about that, but you get to choose your reality. So if you believe this, and you get caught up in it because you're getting caught up in being human. Ooh, this is sort of fun to argue. I'm going to get on my soapbox. I'm going to get on Landria's channel and put all these comments about the governments and this and that. And everybody's going to go to another channel. You're choosing that? That's fine, but it's not, we don't listen to that stuff in 5D. And we are going to make those choices too. We're going to start to separate from one another in the physical world, but not in a frequency-wise. We're always connected. But we're going to distance ourselves from that. That is a choice we can make right now. You're going to notice even that I've had this happen just this year. Some amazing people in your life, people that are perfectly wonderful human beings, might go to a very strange place. They may flip out on you because they're in their own fear and panic, and so they're going to see you and the world as, you know, as a, let's just say, an enemy. No matter what you do, you have to put these glasses, where are my glasses? Hold on. Put on your rose-colored glasses so you're still seeing them. You still see them. You're not blocking it out, putting your blinders or the blindfold on, saying, I don't see them anymore. They're not there, and they are there. You're putting the rose-colored glasses on saying, oh, that's a beautiful human being that's hurt right now. That person's going into fear. I don't have to know why. And I bless them. I'm not going to be angry because they're saying things to me or they're flipping out or whatever. But we are in a critical time period. So I'll be there for them, not in conflict. So if they want conflict, I will not participate in that. So then you distance yourself and you go into your space, you bless them and allow them to make the choice. So here's the deal. You're allowing them to make the choice. So they may go into fear and they may go into the 3 and 4D earth to work it out. That's all they're doing. So don't freak out. This is it. This is the final thing. Now, you never die. Some people will exit, by the way. They're just going to bug out. They're not ready for the whole full-blown thing. You know, they don't need to. They've accomplished a lot. Ooh, there's my coffee pot. Agreeing, yes. And so they don't die. They're just transitioning. Big whoop. Okay, yeah, hey, it'd be really cool to bail before all the really challenging stuff comes, but you don't have to be challenged in the way that you may be feeling right now. Struggle is going against everything. Challenge is when you see the experience as human out here and that the white, beautiful, perfect light that you are, the awakened being, says, ooh, human experience. How am I going to handle that? How am I going to handle that? And then you go on a high frequency, it gets handled on a level up here. So there's love and compassion and giving. And so you go into this world where that exists. And you get to, as your light being, experience that. And of course, your light starts to shine more and more and more as you go up into that. And you're there with other people doing that because you're creating, well, it's already exists, the 5D earth, and the gates open up for you. Are those gates opening or closing with my thought? Are the 5D gates opening or closing with this belief? Are the 5D gates opening for me if I'm thinking I'm separate from somebody else? If I think somebody who's of a different culture or religion is wrong or evil? That's your test. That's your test. That's not them. It's a test for you. It's for you. Let's throw down something. Oh, Bob or Jane, they think they're all enlightened and then, oh, they're helping everybody. And all of a sudden, maybe a Muslim comes in and she's a Baptist and the Muslim says certain things. And right? Okay, now are you awakened? Yeah, you always are. But if you're going into this energy field and you're not recognizing what you are and you are not recognizing the test, you can get so entrenched in that lower energy field that you will not even see your light anymore. Okay, I'm getting tested right now. Thank you. That's cool. That's a good one, because I didn't even think that I was, had anything against Muslims or Christians or Jews or anybody else, right? I didn't think I had that, but it was put in my face, and now I'm realizing. And if you've taken my Conscious Manifesting workshop, I have you ask 3 questions. Go take the workshop. Just 3 questions. Because everything comes from something else. It's all intertwined. I'm going to ask you right now, what is a flower? If I took all the petals off, would it still be a flower? If I took the leaves off, would it be a flower? If I pulled it out of the ground, would it still be a flower? Where does the flower start and end? Oh, it's the whole thing. Oh, the whole thing what? In the ground? Well then, what happens if the ground is tainted and is it the sun? Doesn't it need the sun? So that's part of the equation. It can't be a flower without the sun and the rain. And where does that come from? That comes from someplace, which comes from someplace, which comes from someplace. There is no one thing except for us. And it's perfect. And everything else is for you to be tested. And we're going into the big tests, the final exams, the next 4 years. So these are not going to be bad 4 years, because you're going to shift into the 5D, the way you see things, the way you see your life and others. And there will be feelings, the human feelings that come in, that may feel some fear or experience some anger even, or sadness. You experience it, but you're not doing anything with it. You feel it, you don't fight it, and you go, ooh, that's part of being human. That's that human thing I chose to experience. Picture the light, and everything is just a play going on. 360 all around you, all around you. And then wherever you place your focus, that opens up into a scenario. And then you get to play that out. And then you choose something amazing, and that opens up here. And you get to play it out. But if you have a barrier or a thought that stops you from doing certain things that are amazing, that's the scenario that plays out here. Oh, doubts and fear. Here's the thing this person desires, but oh, she was focused here, out here on this doubts. Okay, let's play this scenario of a person who constantly doubts, which means they won't be getting the stuff you desire, because your order to the universe out here was this play out here, this one. Let's play this. Oh, she mastered it. Oh, I know I can have that. And then all of a sudden that shows up. Oh, I see it. Why? I had something between me and it, so I went over to this scenario to play it out. I took down all of the shields, all the blocks, and so that scenario opened up for me. That's all it is. You're opening up gateways. You're opening up gateways. And the higher frequency you go, you open up these different, there are going to be challenges up there. Until which time we all transition. It's going to be a time period of 5D, where things have to transition in healing and health, the monetary system stuff. It's going to be a transition, but in 5D, it's not an issue. We're working together. We're not fighting anything. We're not arguing. We're working as a unit, but we'll still be human beings doing that. So there'll be a transition of 5D that's going to be a lot of fun. And it's actually happening right now. You're already perfect. You don't have to seek it. It's right there. Everything else is what is not real. It's fabricated for us, by us, to know ourselves. And what are you? You're perfect love. You're amazing. You are an unlimited manifester, experiencing being human. So enjoy that ride. It's unique. Not many do this. You got big kahunas. All right, put those rose-colored glasses on and see that world. Ah, this is humanity in our face, showing us what we are. How can we go to that higher frequency? How can I be of service? Ah, there's my friend who's sad or doesn't see a happy future and is taking it out on me. I'm going to love that person. I'm going to do my thing. Let them know I'm here for them. I don't have to participate in the negativity because this is where the rubber meets the road. This is when it starts to happen. So start focusing on your job. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful. Please subscribe. Please share these. You're whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. When I say that, because that's really who you are, and the rest is all made up. The rest is made up. You're unlimited. You guys looking to join our workshops? Some of you guys have joined our workshop. It's amazing. We get on our webinars every week live with me, and we talk about what are we going to create. I won't say his name, but somebody's going to be creating a healing center around art, and I'm going to be at his event when he completes that project. That's his dream, and through this training, he's going to create that. This is the kind of stuff we're doing, and anybody else who criticizes that, I send you blessings. Why would you ever criticize anybody who's expanding into learning and amazing things and community? New skills, that's all this is. Can you just respect one another's decisions? And when you see injustice, be a part of the catalyst, be the catalyst of the positive change, not the criticism. And what you focus on, you create. You bring into your reality, not mine. Not mine. All right, so again, please subscribe, ring the bell, and they'll let you know when I post another one. As you know, it's usually every 2 days. We're going to get heavier and heavier into what's really happening because I'm getting major, major downloads right now. Now, I got to tell you, as I shared with you, things are going to happen this fall of 2020. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying it's going to be painful. It could be something really amazing. I don't know, but it's going to be another shift. This is July 31st that I'm shooting this, and I felt a shift today, a really positive one. I felt an upward shift. Yeah, cool, right? Because we were in July, I felt some negativity in the collective that was really heavy. So a lot of you may have experienced that. We shifted into something today, but you won't shift into it unless you are open to that. That's why it's important for you to keep your frequency up, because when the collective shifts, you'll really feel it. If you're still hanging on down here, you won't. You won't, because you're choosing, to be sad and fearful and that's powerful. Everything's a choice. All this is a choice. A choice, a choice. What are you going to choose? It's amazing. 5D gates are opening. 5D gates are opening. You ready to go there? I love you unconditionally. Blessings, my friend. Namaste.